should have gotten my bump it out.
I consider this was my nod to the 50s. Cute spot.
Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm Watching This Show, your new favorite pop culture YouTube channel where we talk about movies, TV, music, and more. And as always, this is a spoiler show, so you have been warned. We're going to talk about spoilers.
Yes.
I would even threaten to do a minute or two without it, but quite literally the first thing I'm going to say is going to be a spoiler.
Yeah, so today's Don't Worry, Darling. If you don't want to be spoiled, turn away.
I don't trust him. And I don't want to be here anymore.
Did you like this movie?
I did.
I did too.
Okay.
We've had about an hour and a half, I guess, since we saw it. And I'm going to bring my usual jumbled energy. The more I thought about it, I was convincing myself I didn't like it. I was pulling out plot holes. I was picking
Okay, sure.
out.
There are a couple of plot holes.
There were things that weren't.
But largely, I found it very entertaining.
So,
and I can see, I've seen some arguments about how it falls apart a little in the third act. I can see and recognize those arguments. Also, yes, I can see and recognize those arguments, but I don't think it fell completely to pieces like everybody is saying it is. And I think that people are conflating potential behind the scenes drama with the actual movie, and those are two separate establishments that operate independently.
It's been messy, although it has been the kind of like...
It's like popcorn messy.
Yeah, like low stakes Hollywood drama that we deserve.
God. Oh
yeah, that just is so great. I'm going to come out on Olivia Wilde's side, especially, and not in Olivia versus Florence Pugh. If we're doing that, I mean, I think it's Florence Pugh all the way, but in Olivia Wilde versus the media. I've definitely made one of those like, interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a tally there.
Sure.
And if this happens 2 more times, then
sure.
I'm going to...
Like, who's the common denominator?
I gotta lie. It's an oldie but goodie. Play Freebird. I kind of think it's good old-fashioned sexism.
I agree.
I think men have been behaving like absolute cavemen in the director's chair. And I think it is a 1-2 punch of her being female, but also her being traditionally attractive actress.
Sure.
Turned director.
Yeah.
That's doing this. And I think that there is a microscope over the entire production. And I think she's handled it pretty beautifully, from being served papers during a press event.
That was an accident, apparently.
Well, it happened.
It happened, but I don't know. I've seen quotes from Jason Sudeikis that say he would have never endorsed that happening, that it was inappropriate.
Because she handled it really well.
Yeah.
And also I watched her entire interview on Colbert, and they had Colbert, in spite of what the Emmys will have you believe, Stephen Colbert is doing the best work in late night television, because they came out, he absolutely let her hawk the movie.
Yeah.
He was like, we're going to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
He let her talk about it. He actually grilled her a little bit.
Okay.
You know, he kind of was like, I mean, what do you think about da-da-da-da-da? But it was very impressive. And I really liked how she handled it. Also, it has to be said, we love Jason Sudeikis.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely
love Jason Sudeikis on SNL, Ted Lasso. He dates a certain type of woman. I don't know if Eva Mendes is crazy putty, but January Jones feels like she falls into that.
I forgot about January
that drama.
Jones.
So if we're gonna be,
I'm not sure consummate Canadian Ryan Gosling would have married crazy putty. So I think we're safe with Eva Mendes.
I'm just saying, there's a lot to.
I think there would have been no way to undo it once we got to the point of all of this drama. I have a serious issue with directors who put themselves in pivotal roles in their own movies. M. Night Shyamalan has done it more than once. I don't care for it as just like a brand. It's not my favorite.
I get that, but I thought she was good.
She was good. I'm not arguing that.
And I actually really liked her and Florence together.
I did too. I'm not arguing that. I just don't like it. It smacks of like, I wish she would have been Margaret instead. Give yourself a smaller role. Like, what's her name? Shelley or Bunny? Her role was huge.
Yes, she does disappear for chunks of the movie. And the last thing I want to say about the press and all that before we get into it is, hand to God, one of the reasons why I wanted to go see it immediately is because, honestly, I wasn't convinced that the press wasn't part of it.
Oh, sure.
There was a part of me that sort of waited for everyone on screen to turn and stare directly into the camera and be like, the joke's on you.
Weirdly, the prank was orchestrated by Chris Pine, who doesn't have a cell phone.
But no. So my two big things, I was largely enjoying the movie. Then I got a little bored. Then I was enjoying it again. Then I was hating it for
Really?
When the reveal happened, I was like, oh, I hate this.
Oh.
But by the time it settled, I was pretty good with it. I agree with Will where he was like, I wish that none of that happened because it kind of robs just watching the movie.
Sure, yes. Yeah, I wish that we didn't know about any alleged
because I also
behind the scenes stuff.
I didn't know anything about it. I thought it was a drama. I thought it was a
drama.
No, but I thought it was like a straightforward 60s I thought it, I was expecting more of a spy thing.
Oh, okay.
I didn't watch the trailer.
I see you on that because I was expecting kind of a oh god, that movie the Hours, like Julianne Moore's section of The Hours where she's like a 50s housewife who's unfulfilled and it's like about that.
Mm-hmm.
They should call this thing the Weeks.
Hi.
I was expecting 70% that and 10% that Julianne Moore movie Forgotten.
Oh, sure.
Where I was there's gotta be aliens. You know what I mean? It was one of those two things.
I did consider aliens.
Really?
I did consider aliens.
So the movie is about, and we're processing this in real time, it is the story of a horrible woman who looks the gift horse straight in the mouth, refuses to take this gem, this wonderful gift that was presented to her. She fights it every step of the way and ruins it for everybody else. The end.
If you're being serious, we're going to have problems.
I'm being a little serious. I thought it was...
he was raping her!
Oh, well, sure. Of course. Of course. No, but I'm saying that we should be so lucky.
Okay.
That reality was perfect.
It was a beautifully appointed... false reality. No, first of all, it was filmed in Palm Springs, which is, chef's kiss, amazing. And then apparently the house that Frank and Shelley live in is one of the most impeccable instances of mid-century modern architecture. And apparently it's very rarely filmed from the inside, only from the outside. It was all stunning. All the set direction, all the clothes, everything. I think the first clue that it's not an actual 1950s thing is that it's very diverse.
Yeah.
It's Kate Berlant and Nick Kroll are both Jewish, and then you've got Asif Ali, and Kiki Lane and Gemma Chan and Kiki Lane's husband as well. Ariel Stachel. So that's the first place where you're like, huh, something's different about this.
There were no gay people though.
Well, of course not. Given the twist, of course not.
I suppose.
Although then there is that kiss between Nick Kroll and Harry Styles.
Oh, that was just...
Yeah, but...
If there's no gay people, then you don't have to actually worry about,
sure.
gay panic.
Yeah, sure.
So what is actually happening?
It's a simulation.
So in the real world, her and Harry Styles, Alice and Jack are married.
No, they were together, and I'm 99% sure she broke up with him.
Okay.
And then he facilitated this.
He kidnapped her?
Yeah. There was a time jump at some point, because he's he found him on a Reddit, a 4chan Reddit, some kind of gross thing. And
him being Chris Pine.
Yeah. Jack found Chris Pine. He was doing a broadcast, a podcast broadcast kind of thing. And asking if these people wanted to do this.
So it's like experimental off the books.
Like, yeah.
And so it is not a physical location.
No.
That was one of our sort of question marks.
And especially,
is this like a Westworld thing?
No, it's not real. Because there's shots of him like getting into bed beside her and she's got like Clockwork Orange stuff. And it's because he didn't know how to feed himself. He didn't know how to feed himself and she's a doctor. And he's emasculated.
I did hear you when she came home from surgery and he was like,
I'm starving. She goes, why?
You almost flipped the table.
She goes, why? And he says, I didn't know what you would want.
Yeah, it wasn't as simple as make me my food woman, but it was very much
but it put it on her
it did.
that he hadn't fed his own self.
It did. That he was like, I didn't know what you would want, and you wouldn't answer your phone. And she was like, I was on the floor.
So, okay, it's those moments where I was like, I can see why you wanted to cast Shia LaBeouf. I get it.
That was another thing I was trying to imagine Shia LaBeouf.
I couldn't, for the most part.
I really couldn't.
I couldn't imagine him.
Did you like Harry Styles?
I did. I thought he did well.
I liked him a lot.
Yeah.
He gives me, we talked about it when we were talking about Death on the Nile, where it's like for me, I think Florence Pugh is an actor.
Of course,
she's an actress. Yeah. He gives me movie star.
Sure.
Like Gal Gadot, when she shows up, she's the capable actress.
But she's a movie star.
But you're there to bask in her glory. And I kind of get that from Harry Styles too.
I see.
Like I didn't lose him in the role, but the Harry Styles acting in this movie suited it for me.
I thought he did well. And while I think he's probably like one of the lesser of the actors in this movie, I don't think he embarrassed himself.
No.
Like at all.
And I think if anything, the mid-century suited him.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. That's the main thing is I don't think I would have been able to lose Shia LaBeouf in the 50s. That's my biggest problem.
Florence Pugh is stellar.
Absolutely.
There are entire portions of this movie that she is carrying on her back.
Oh, yeah.
There is one pair of footprints in the sand. And it is like...
And that was when she carried the whole movie.
The whole production. And it just... Because I almost made a joke about this being Florence Pugh's directorial debut, because that was one of the rumors that came, is that she ended up doing a lot of heavy lifting on set. She did make Nice. I don't know if you saw, but she released a statement. Very, like...
I did, yes. And also, apparently, one of the big things is that there was like rumors going around that she like deliberately wasn't doing press, but it's apparently she's shooting Dune. So that's why she can't do press. So
I think two things can be true.
Whatever. I'll let you have your spin.
But so this is a incel-y off the books, like dark web thing, basically.
Where it appears that Frank has like built this whole thing.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's fine. I think that because there's a lot of talk about how it's not doing anything new, and I'm like, I don't need to have my brain blown every single time. Like there actually was a review, I cannot remember her name, but she was the Baltimore Sun maybe, and she was like, a lot of it boils down to that old fashioned like, doesn't it suck how much work women have to do? And she was like, I would complain, but we need to keep having that conversation again and again and again. So one of the places that I kind of started poking holes in it is because we said it was incel-y, and you were like, he's kidnapped and raping her, essentially keeping her there against her will.
So, okay, what is interesting to me is that it doesn't appear that he is actually raping her physical body. Sure, they are having sex inside a simulation. So I don't know.
But
like, where's the line, you know?
Because I'm a little confused because it wasn't only the men doing this. Like, the way it's presented, Bunny is the perpetrator of her fantasy.
So I think Bunny is complicit in this fantasy, but I actually, because I was thinking that she was in control of Dean. I don't think she is.
Well, that's what I was thinking too, but I was like, but then she never left and went to work.
Well, you did say she's missing for swaths of the movie.
Well, I think it's because she was fighting with Alice.
Potentially. But
I'm like,
again,
only the men went to work.
Yeah. Again, I don't...
Implying that only the men were doing this.
I think she just was like, yes, I'll go with you so that I can have my kids back. But
because that's what I wanted the twist to be. I wanted the twist to be that when it finally came out that Alice had done this of like real world Alice had done this of her own free will.
Sure. Yeah.
And it's like, you wanted this and now you're fighting it just because like I think that would have been
would have been a really interesting
and I don't feel like I've seen that before.
Yeah. That would have been pretty cool. I don't hate the way it happened because also it's like Bunny was complicit and then Shelley was complicit.
That's my other question. Because when there's the scene at the end where he's got his shirt open and she's cutting lemons, for a hot second I thought Shelley is the one doing this. He's an avatar that she's controlling. Because she knows that they need a man.
A man.
And I don't know if I don't believe that's the case.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That would be interesting.
Because when that spectacular dinner scene,
oh my God,
where she smacks Florence Pugh in the nose, she's the one that's in control there.
Sure.
And furthermore, if Frank is doing this, then why was he antagonizing Alice? Why was he challenging her?
Interesting.
Because he was like, I've been waiting for someone.
Yeah. Okay. There also was like a weird comment about like Bunny tells Alice if the men die here, they die in the real world, but like not the women. I thought that was weird.
I couldn't tell if it was just phrased weird or if that was intentional plot.
Yeah.
Another plot hole is what happened to Margaret's son.
The kids aren't real.
None of them are?
No.
So because she challenged the vision, they took
well, and the husband got fired.
Okay.
Presumably he was killed as well.
Okay.
But that was because when Alice is freaking out at the end and she's like, "Oh my God, there's kids. They're doing this to kids," and he's like, "No, none of the kids are real."
I just thought it was Bunny's kids weren't real because they died in the real world.
No, none of the kids are real.
Okay.
Because somehow that's a bridge too far.
And also, what was the rumbling?
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just like another server booting up or something?
Or is it there intentionally to distract them to make it think that they're doing something different? Something nefarious in a different way?
Yeah, interesting.
To keep them from questioning their reality?
Because that is partially what I did think when I didn't realize there was like that much of a twist coming. I did think it was going to be like nuclear testing or something.
I was thinking, I showed my hand in the car with you guys, and spoilers for 7-year-old 2-season TV show Wayward Pines. It's actually pretty good. The first season, at least. Second season's not, so go watch it. And then, spoilers. I was thinking maybe they were in the future, or it was sort of like a second go-round.
Sure.
I don't think I ever truly thought they were in the 60s.
Yeah.
I think I was going more of a Westworld place where they just sort of settled on this.
Well, I mean, and so it was like there was.
It looked like a blast.
Oh my God, it was so beautiful. There was I am a humongous sucker for mid-century modern. I absolutely hate the politics of mid-century, but the aesthetics are immaculate. All of the dresses, all of the jewelry, all of the drinking at all hours of the day.
She ruined, Peg is the real victim here, because Peg got to be pregnant, so she could do whatever she want, drinking from dusk till dawn.
And pregnant with fake babies, so it doesn't matter. Kate Berlant was hilarious in this movie. I
loved seeing her in something
very funny.
Straightforward. Because we all know her from the other two. Cue the clip.
Thank you so much for coming in. I saw you in the vid. I am gagging for you. Come on back.
No, I found it extremely stylish, extremely beautiful. Oh my God, the house squeezing her was real.
Oh God.
If it's a program.
Florence.
He was doing that to mess with her.
Oh my God.
It just dawned on me that when the wall was like,
oh my God, yeah.
I think Frank was, maybe.
You think it was Frank?
Maybe, because like I said, he was playing a game with her.
He was menacing her for sure.
Gemma Chan, oh my God. This is a stunning cast. And it differently, because Gemma Chan is very classically beautiful. Mm-hmm. But then Kate Berlant looked gorgeous in a way that
it was absolutely. And I mean, even Violet, she had that short hair, which I don't love, but it was very a Rosemary's Baby vibe that
she
like
was
Mia
really,
Farrow.
Sydney Chandler.
Yeah.
She was very intriguing.
Yeah.
Very pulled. Oh God, someone needs to get Dita Von Teese out of there.
That's right. I forgot about that. I mean, that could just be like a program. They could have just...
Yeah, no, they drew the line there.
Built her. She's a famous person.
Someone didn't kidnap Dita Von Teese and plug her into this.
I feel like someone's going to miss Dita Von Teese.
That dress was spectacular.
It was incredible.
I'm not convinced the sequins weren't digital.
The whole
like, you
thing.
can see every individual sequin on that dress.
That's the other thing. During that whole scene, when then he like...
dancing?
When he makes Jack dance, I was like... That was the first thing where I was like, what are we doing? I was like, how is he controlling him to like make him do that? And it literally was like a dance monkey dance kind of thing.
To the point where I was afraid he was going to short circuit.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, we're going to a robot place.
I was actually getting to a Buffy place where I was like, he's going to dance to death. Like to literal death.
Early on, I was going to compare this actually to American Horror Story.
Okay.
But in sort of like high on concept and vibes, maybe not all the way there in execution.
Sure.
Because I was going to be like, this isn't campy the way American Horror Story is.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, it's certainly not campy the way American Horror Story is.
It's a little
However,
campy.
I was like, it's not campy.
It's a little campy.
Because like I said, the scene of them fighting in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I was riveted.
Yeah. No, it was great. I mean, I just mostly thought it was great. I liked it a real lot.
I don't know. I mean, this is a sophomore outing for Olivia Wilde. And yeah, Booksmart, really knocked her socks off. Part of it is it's just very good.
Yeah.
And part of it was, I think, kind of unexpected, like coming out of nowhere. But I do think that we have a tendency to to demand perfection from things too much.
Yeah.
I started to think of the Maria Bamford bit about is excellence really all that interesting?
Oh.
I adore a 2-star experience.
Well, that's the other thing too, is it's like, I think part of the issue is that this got hyped up so much because of the behind the scenes drama that it's like at the same time somehow better and worse than its reputation, where it's like, I 3.5 stars.
Yeah, I just mostly enjoyed it. And I mean, I saw a review out of Venice, where they were like, neither as good as you hoped nor as bad as you feared.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. And that's the thing is, like,
well, the second it was over, I was surprised. Will turned he was like, I liked it.
I did too. And I think, like, if she can keep getting casts like this in movies that she's making, I'll be there. I
mean, I think it's safe to say that we probably won't be seeing Florence headlining another one.
Probably.
And I do think that was easily 65% of the movie.
It 100% was
compelling.
Yeah. She carried it.
Performance.
For sure. And I mean, she's just...
Which there are others.
She is so good at her job. There's something about her.
Yeah. I mean, she's obviously very beautiful, but I don't know.
There's more to it than that, though.
But I'm saying she also sort of falls into like a plain category.
Yeah.
Like she's not particularly tall or statuesque but there's just something about the way that she uses the pieces of the puzzle.
She has such a presence.
And she's able to be strong and vulnerable. I don't know. Yeah. It was really something. The clothes, the clothes were so beautiful. And what was with the eggs?
I think it was just a glitch
in the Matrix.
Glitch in the Matrix, yeah.
Okay.
It was it's the fact that once you get that line from him about being starving when she gets home from surgery, and then literally every scene she's cooking. She's cooking in every scene where she's alone.
Yeah.
Fuck the patriarchy.
I mean, yeah, I agree.
I even like cooking. And I'm like, make yourself a goddamn sandwich. Are you stupid?
Because she was prepping his sandwiches for him. She had the meat, and then she had the lettuce and tomato, and she wrapped her head in the saran wrap. I mean, it just...
I love my husband, and it's because he could survive without me. It's amazing.
Notice you said survive. You didn't say thrive. You said survive.
If I'm not there, I don't care if he's thriving.
No, but I'm saying he's capable of.
Yeah.
The ballet. I like the ballet. I like yeah.
All the like in between imagery and everything. I don't know. I thought it was great. I think it's getting too much like negativity, and I think it's mostly because of Olivia Wilde and overblown behind the scenes drama.
So okay, we liked it. Do you like movies? Do you like art? Do you like awesome art about movies? Then head on over to Movie Palette.
Moviepalette.com. If you put in the code SHOW15, you get 15% off with our special code.
Sweet thing. This is the movie Showgirls.
And this is the pool scene.
We've
determined this is the pool scene.
So glad I dressed for the pool.
We love it. We love to, and I think this is the S&M scene, the S&M dance. Is that before or after the pool? I think it's before
that's before the pool.
Yeah. It's so dark. Love it. It's so cool. Do you like stripes? It has everything.
Moviepalette.com, code SHOW15.
You can follow us on Twitter, @soimwatching, Instagram.
Yeah, this is our first movie in a while. We want to keep doing movies, and we're still going to do movies. We've largely been focusing on TV. If you're new, check out our, playlists and About Me page. We're currently covering season 2 of Riverdale, season 2 of True Blood,
season 1 of Lost,
season 1 of Lost, season 1 of Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
We have plans to pick up others. We have a Patreon where we do early access to a lot of things, some bonus episodes, more personal stuff. We have a book that we wrote called Fairytale. It's about fairy tales. And if you want cool art, you can head over to Movie Palette, and with the code SHOW15, you can get 15% off.
Very cool. Bye.
So, bye.